Good afternoon. I hope that you've had a beautiful morning wherever you are and have a beautiful afternoon and beautiful evening. I want to talk to you about mind blowing possibilities. This weekend, I'm still processing that. I'm still processing this weekend. I want you to think about something that you want very much in your life, something that's important to you, something that you have a hunger for. Those of you that know me, have been following me and know my story, you know my story because I've been telling my story. That I was born in an abandoned building in a poor section of Miami, Florida called Liberty City with a twin brother. And that's Wesley on the right, that's me on the left, and that's Mrs. Mamie Brown. I always say God took me out of my biological mother's womb and placed me in the heart of my adopted mother. And that narrative is going to change because February 17th, I turned 76 and something happened. I begin to look at and reflect on my life. Here's Wesley and I, raised in poverty, starting out from nothing. And I want you to listen to me closely. You have something special. You have seeds of greatness in you. But those seeds will not manifest until you take time for self-reflection, to invest in yourself, to cultivate them so they can grow and expand and manifest itself in your life so that you can live a life of greatness. So Wesley and I, starting out with nothing, two of us there eating sugar cane. Poor section of Miami, Florida called Liberty City. Wesley and I. And so for the past 52 years, I was telling the story about this lady who she met my birth mother, and they had a moment where she had to determine. Several people came to this place where she was, and she talked to them shortly and then looked at my godfather, he said, and said, no, that's not the one. But when she met a person named Dorothy Bell Rucker, she told my godfather, this is the one. They talked for a little while, and she handed Wesley and I over to her. Now, keep in mind, I said to you, you have seeds of greatness in you. So I never knew my birth mother. But there's something in you and in me. We're the children of the ones that would not die. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died, yet with a steady beat have not our weary feet come to the place for which our fathers sighed. We've come over a way that with tears have been watered You've come treading a path through the blood of the slaughtered. And so, I want you to follow me. I've never laid eyes on either one of my parents. I wonder, what did my father do? What did he look like? And so this past weekend, I got a chance. That's my father. Oliver Randolph out of Gainesville, Georgia. They said he was a sharp dresser, handsome guy, ladies' man. I don't know where I got that from. And I wondered. Finally got a picture, got a chance to see him and talk to some of the other Randolphs. Oliver Randolph. My original name was Calvin Randolph. My twin brother's original name was Alvin Randolph. And then, remember what I said, you have seeds of greatness in you. This is my birth mother. Her name, Dorothy Bell. She was a motivational speaker. You know, they talk about nurture or nature. A motivational speaker. Whoa! It would be criminal for somebody to deny that that's my mother. Ancestry and 23andMe, my son consulted both of those, and that's the match, both of those. That's my birth mother. They said she could speak, and she had a sense of humor. She was funny, and she could play a piano and play it so good she could make it walk. She played by ear, and she wrote poems, and she was a teacher. And this is my grandmother. That's Dorothy Bell Rucker. And this is Beulah Rucker, her mother, my grandmother. And I read an article. Now, mind you, my book is entitled, my latest book, You Gotta Be Hungry. That's been my whole career, how I became a disc jockey. You gotta be hungry. Those of you who know me, you know me by that. You gotta be hungry. They said that Beulah Rucker was hungry to learn. Hungry to learn, so hungry, she taught herself the alphabets and how to read from newspaper that was used on the wall to keep the cold winter air out in Gainesville, Florida. She was driven, unstoppable. Went to college and had no money. Who does that? Somebody that's hungry to learn. And they asked her for money. She held her hands out and said, "These two hands can work." And the head of the school turned her away. And she came back and said, as she looked at him, "These two hands can work." Now, if somebody tell you, come on, give me a break. Next, you gonna show up again? She was hungry to learn. These two hands can work. This time he relented. This time he let her in. This time he gave her chores to do. She milked cows, and she worked for other teachers and did whatever work that was available for them so she can get an education. And she graduated with honors. And she started a school, only school in Gainesville for Black kids, teaching them a variety of professional skills. And she was so good, the community honored her. She did it for 40 years. And they honored her by turning the school into a museum. And people just go to Gainesville, Georgia to see this place that my grandmother, who was a motivational speaker, who was a force to be reckoned with. Boy, she's quite a woman. Wow. I've been looking at her. I've been looking at her. I've been thinking about her determination, her hunger to learn. She built a house. All she had were nails, a saw, and a hammer. The house still stands. Her grandmama was a bad somebody up in here, up in here. She was friends with Eleanor Roosevelt. People believed in her. She was a voice of influence. I had this hunger in me. I don't know where it came from. I thought, and I didn't. This is where it came from. When this woman gave me to this woman. Millions of people's lives changed around the world because this woman gave me to this woman, Mrs. Mamie Brown. Dorothy Bell Rucker. Mrs. Mamie Brown said, "That's the one. That's the one." When she was looking for a way to find a house that I told her that I would buy for her, she said, "That's the one." And Dorothy Bell Rucker said, when she met Mamie Brown, "That's the one I want to give my boys to. That's the one." That statement, "That's the one," has been in my life. If you go on YouTube and you Google Les Brown speaking in the Georgia Dome, you will hear me use that statement. That's the one. I am the one, sir. I'm the one. Go on, Google it. Les Brown speaking in the Georgia Dome. That's Beulah Rucker's grandson and Dorothy Bell Rucker's son. And Dorothy Bell picked this woman out and said, my God, the Father said. She got up in her face and they looked and their nose almost touched. And she backed away just a little bit and said, "Give me my boys, Mr. Moss," and put us in the arms of Mamie Brown. And she asked her, "You promised never to separate my boys?" And she said, "I won't." "You promised to take good care of them?" And she said, "I will." got real close and looked in Mamie Brown's eyes and looked at Mr. Moss and said, "That's the one." Mamie Brown only had a third grade education, but my grandmother was educated at Beulah Rucker, and my mother, Dorothy Bell, was educated and became a teacher. And so Mamie Brown took me through this. Oh, but there was something in me that poverty couldn't contain. Come on, somebody. Something in me that I got from this woman here. And this woman here. And this woman here. Oh my goodness. Wow. Look at God. Oh my goodness. Oh. This past weekend has been the happiest day of my life. My brother George Rucker, I called him and I said, "Sir, my name is Les Brown. Ancestry and 23 and 2, or whatever that is, said that your mother is my mother." He said, "Well, that makes you my brother." He said, people called him and said, "What did you say when Les Brown called you?" Well, he told me that he was uh, Dorothy Bell, which is my mother, our mother, son. I said, "Well, that makes you my brother." And they asked, "That's all?" He said, "Yes." "Didn't you ask how did that happen?" He said, "It didn't matter how it happened. What matters is he's here. And we're going to move forward with love." Let me tell you something. My brother accepted me, arms wide open. My niece Greer, my first cousin Angie, my first cousin Sweetie, Mario Rucker, and her daughter. Boy, man. Boy, I just had no idea. I had no idea. Oh, boy. Had no idea. This is a book. You think? Oh my goodness. Tyrone said, "I'll write it." Oh my goodness. I've been processing this. I got in bed and I was eating some chunky monkey ice cream for therapy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I had to stop. My blood sugar level went up sky high. Oh my goodness. Oh. Mind-blowing possibilities. Let me share this with you. You remember Mustafa? You are more than that which you have become. The seed in me that I got from my grandmother, from both my mothers and my father. You're more than that which you have become. And it's been driving me, and I did not know why. Even in periods of my life, I was temporarily insane. And who says I'm all the way here now? Talking to squirrels. Oh boy. Oh, I'm so grateful. I can't wait to meet the rest of the Ruckers and the Randolphs. I'm going to Gainesville tomorrow. My children say, we want to go with you. Well, you better get here. They coming. I don't know when they coming down. I wasn't coming out the house. But for my family, the Ruckers and the Randolphs and Gainesville, I got to go down and see my peeps. And I don't put anything off. No. I'm not going to be waiting 2 or 3 weeks. No. I got to see my peeps. I'm going to go to the museum. I'm going to meet with the Randolphs and the rest of the Ruckers. And I come bearing gifts. Oh boy. I told him, I said, I don't want anything from you. I just want to know my brothers. I got 2 brothers. One Rudy and the other one, George Rucker. Boy, look at God. He just, I'm 76. You know how long I've been waiting on this? 76. I'm 76. I used to think people in their 40s were old. Now I feel like I've been shining shoes at the Lord's Supper or waiting tables. Where's that Randolph boy? He's around here somewhere. Tell him Jesus wants some more wine. He needs some more wine. He's going to turn it into water, but he needs a little sip of it first to make sure it's good. Come on, man. You got issues. What a mighty God we serve. All these years, something was driving me. Something I got from 3 people. Oh boy. I'm so thankful. I thank those of you who've been praying for me. Don't stop. Those prayers are working and they are needed. I need prayer. Okay, I need it. You know I do. You know I need it. You know I do. Oh boy. So now I'm Mamie Brown's baby boy. And I am I got another closing now. This has been Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy, and this has been Dorothy Bell's oldest boy, and Beulah Rucker's pride and joy. Come on, I got it. I'm doing it. Yes. I got a new closing. Come on now. Come on. You can't make this stuff up. Oh boy. You can't make anybody want to know how I got here. Luther Barnes, God's grace. Don't make me sing for you. Oh, you can't listen to me while you're driving. You'll faint. You'll close your eyes and call him. Oh boy. Boy, if God doesn't do anything else for me, he's done enough. He's done enough. If he doesn't do anything else for me, He's done enough. Thank you, Lord. And if you decide to do anything else, move the cancer from my prostate to my ankle, because I don't need two ankles, or my elbow. I don't need two elbows either. In fact, I don't even need two knees. Just take one of my knees. Or just move it there. Move the cancer there, okay? I know he didn't go there. He's got issues. They said Dorothy Bell was funny. She could have been a comedian. My mother could have been a comedian. And a great motivational speaker she was. Could tear a piano up. I just want to share this with you. It's just on my heart. Tears of gratitude. Lord, if you don't do anything else for me, you've done enough. You've done enough. And I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. And so it is. I just thought I'd come in here and disrupt your afternoon. Tyrone said, land the pain, land the plane. Thank you.